What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is another sample episode. We go through samples of fragrances, and I decide whether I'm going to keep sampling the fragrances, buy a bottle, or just pass on it. And the samples, again, these samples come courtesy of the wonderful decantshop.com. As I've said a million times, I think it's the best decant shop online when you take everything into consideration: shipping times, shipping rates, fragrance selection, and price. And it's just a great mix of vintage, designer, niche, discontinued scents. So much great on there, you know. And now it's really cool. I mean, I check back every week, every couple of days, just to see new stuff that Adriana, the owner, is getting in. And I love talking with her about fragrances. And again, I'm saying that this is a great place to shop because I believe it, and that's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, I just wouldn't talk about this. I won't be doing these videos. And you can always use the code. Again, remember, and I know a lot of you are doing it, so I appreciate it. Obviously, Adriana appreciates it. Max12 code will get you 12% off of your entire order. So you can save some money and sample some fragrances as well. Now, first up this week, we're going to look at 4 fragrances this week, guys. And first up, we have a fragrance called Italian Cypress, okay, by Tom Ford's Private Blend. And Adriana from Decant Shop sent me Xerjoff's Dauphar a few months back. And I didn't like that because I thought it had a dirty cab driver aroma going on. And Adriana thought I might sort of get that same smell from this scent. Private Blends are, of course, Tom Ford's most expensive boutique line. They come in 3 sizes: 50 ml for $210, 100 ml for $280, and the flacons are $510. This fragrance was released in 2008, and your notes are going to be citrus, basil, mint, woody notes, and cypress. And of course, cypress is a type of tree that usually doesn't have a lot of shrubs on it, so they usually have a very woody aroma. And someone online remarked that this smelled a lot like Houston's Z14 to them. And I think that's right on the money. Dead on, actually. It's sweet and it's spicy. The opening's quite enjoyable. There's no cinnamon listed in the note breakdown, but there is something herbal and sweet here. Maybe it's the combination of the wood and the mint. I like this one. I actually like it quite a bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to spend Private Blend money on it, especially since I already own Z14. This is a much higher quality, though, the way that Neroli Portofino is sort of a better version of 4711. But I definitely need to explore this one more. And, you know, Adriana, I get none of that dirty cab driver vibe with this one. It does sort of have a bit of an old man vibe, but I don't think too much so that it's not wearable. Probably not going to be on my purchase list, but I would like to explore this one further. Next up, we have a fragrance called the Black Musk from Montale. Now, you guys know I've reviewed Intense Cafe, but I don't have a ton of experience with Montale scents. I think I have about 4 or 5 other samples, and I've got nothing but good things to say about them. It's a French house, mysterious perfume, Pierre Montale. Does he not exist? What's their relationship to Mancera fragrances? We all know it's a new house that popped up. They're known for their trademark aluminum bottles and their hardcore oud and musk fragrances that project and usually last beast mode. This one was released in 2010, and the notes on this are black pepper, nutmeg, teakwood, leather, sandalwood, patchouli, musk, and amber. So very interesting notes on this fragrance. And because it's called Black Musk, you know, I thought it would be a sort of knockout punch fragrance. Musk is usually pretty dominant, so this implies a heavier and hardcore musk. But and this is a harder to find scent. Neither Lucky Scent or Min currently have these bottles in stock, though I think Min does have samples available. So this might have been discontinued. I'm not sure. Either way, this wasn't at all what I expected. I sort of expected something like Musk de Kubla Khan from Serge Lutens, and it's a lot more tame and low-key than that. It's actually a very subtle fragrance, and I actually wore a lot of this, and I do get some leather and just a bit of musk, but to me, more black pepper than leather. Nowhere near the kind, and it almost like a dark soapiness here. It's nowhere near the kind of beast mode length and projection that I get with Intense Cafe. There's a lot of fanfare online for this one, but for me, at best, this is an average scent. I'll keep playing with it because my final verdict hasn't been passed, but as of today, I'm just not impressed at all. It's really the first Montale scent that I've come across that just hasn't wowed me one way or the another. It hasn't knocked my sense of smell on its ass. I just sort of looked at it as another fragrance, which makes me wonder if it's perhaps been reformulated or something, because I don't get that potency with it that Montales normally have. So, a little bizarre, that one. I'm going to pass on that, I think. I'm going to be making a purchase from Dior's private blend line in the next months or so, and the scents that are on my radar right now are Epicea, Vetiver, Amber Nuit, and Bois d'Argent. Eau Noir and Leather Oud are not on my radar. I've smelled both, and those I'm not fans of either of those scents. So today we're looking at the scent Bois d'Argent, and that's a set of 3 Dior private blend fragrances, the other 2 being Eau Noir and Black Water. And Cologne Blanche. Eau Noir, which means black water, and Cologne Blanche, which means white cologne. And this one translates to Silver Woods, Bois d'Argent. Now, the nose on this fragrance is Annick Bernardo, who I've been so impressed with as of late. She's definitely turning into one of my favorite perfumés. She's done Azzaro's Visit, Bulgari's Black, D Squared's Potion, YSL's Body Kuros. I really like her scents, which I find to be daring and quite different. And with these private blend scents, you can snag 4-ounce bottles for, I believe, $170, and 8-ounce bottles for around $290 or $295. I think they just went up a little bit. Usually 4 ounces is going to be enough for most people. At the top of this, we've got juniper berries and powdery iris. The middle's made up of myrrh and patchouli, and the base is vanilla, musk, amber, woods, honey, and leather. And guys, I really like this. Hardcore powdery vibe that would be absolutely perfect for cool summer or fall nights. It's a little one-trick pony-ish, not much more than a beautiful powder. It's cooling and it's bracing. Might be the most cool evening scent, apt scent for cool evenings that I've ever come across. Not cold weather, cool weather. You know, La Male also works great. It's on those sorts of nights, though. I don't get the myrrh, patchouli, or leather. I get honey, vanilla, and amber. Don't think I'd buy this. I don't think although it does last and projects well, I'm pretty sure that Dior's private blend has better scents in it than this. I'll verify that next month when I pick one up. But so far, I'm not a huge fan of the. And by the way, the labels are wrong on these two. This is a Dior, and this is the next one I'm doing. But so far, I'm not a huge fan of this scent. Finally, we have a Creed scent that never seems to get discussed on YouTube, and it's called Epicea. And Epicea is actually on here, and Bois d'Argent is actually on here. And Epicea means spicy, okay, guys? This Creed scent was meant to invoke the beauty and joy of a holiday in a winter climate. It was composed back in 1965, and James Creed was the perfume here. Your top notes are going to be bergamot and lavender. Your middle notes are going to be clove, and your base is going to be Russian pine. So, note-wise, a very simple fragrance. Not currently available on the Creed website, but when it is, you can get a 4-ounce bottle for $285. So, by no means a cheap fragrance, but you can find deals on this. In fact, Beauty Encounter has a 2.5-ounce bottle available for $137, which is a lot more reasonable. But don't buy this. Some of the older Creeds are just really not for me. I don't even get the quality with this one that I do with Bois de Portugal or RCA Aluminum or the Juniper Berry one. This one's just really unattractive. It's spicy and it's green. And I want to get my nose on every Creed. Next month I'm going to be getting a sample of Windsor from Decant Shop. But doing these shows, I've been big time let down by both Creed and Amouage. For me, guys, the consistency just isn't there. If you want a really old-fashioned scent, go get Caron's Pour Un Homme or Eau Sauvage by Christian Dior. And if pine's what you're looking for, guys, pick up Pinot Silvestre, which is about $15 a bottle. This does not warrant the price. Creed without ambergris is like Amouage without frankincense, the Mafia without violence, pancakes without syrup. They don't do well without their signatures. I just don't get who this was marketed to and who bought it. Supposedly it was marketed to skiers. I mean, come on. There's a million better old school scents and a million better scents to ski to. Although when you're skiing, I hope you're not paying attention to the fragrance. Otherwise you wind up like Sonny Bono and go right through a tree. So try to pay attention to what's in front of you when you're skiing. And Creed would do well to pay attention to their scents and not what people are doing when they're skiing either. So we've looked at 4 scents this week. For me, at least, I say I'm going to keep trying Italian Cypress. I'm going to maybe try Black Musk a little bit more. I'm going to pass on Bois d'Argent, and I'm definitely passing on Epicea. So that's what I'd advise you to do as well, obviously. We are going to review a great fragrance this weekend that I picked up from Mint, New York, in part 3 of my collection videos coming on Friday. Fragrance reviews coming on Saturday. And then next week, we're going to be doing a grooming episode of the midweek show, and obviously another fragrance episode at the end of the week. And then we're going to be doing very soon, just so you guys know, an exclusive episode of Sample Shopping with all scents from a perfumery called Lily Bermuda, which is a perfumery on the island of Bermuda. Very beautiful handcrafted scents made on the island. All the fragrances have been influenced by Bermuda, the scenery there and the smells there. So that's coming up as well. More collection videos. I think we've got 3 more parts left to do. And obviously we have the fragrance reviews every Saturday. Very special one this weekend. I'm very excited to look at a fragrance that I don't think anyone else has looked at yet, from the House of Jovoy, Paris. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank the Decant Shop, www.decantshop.com. Max 12 saves you 12%. Great fragrances. Go there. Try before you buy. Do not buy a $200 fragrance without putting it on your skin and wearing it for a couple of days. If you don't do that, you are insane. There's no reason at all you should be buying a $200, even a $100 fragrance and not testing it out before you do. That's just asinine. It's a bad way to manage your money. Trust me on that. I've been bit more than I can count, and now I wear everything before I buy it. And that's why we do these episodes of Sample Shopping, try to get you guys a little bit ahead of the game. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I am Maximilian. I must know. Peace.